Good morning, everyone. So this live meeting is it's a very short meeting. Is that give you some of the brief overview about the class policy, and so explains that what you are expected to do with this class here. So first of all, I want you to go to the syllabus here. So when you go to the syllabus, you have some information about instructor information, that my information, right? So my name is Hiếu Trần, and I originally came from Vietnam. And you can find my email here, and my campus, it is a Bloomington campus, and this one is an online class. So I believe that we don't have many on campus communication. So for anything that you need my help, you can go to the inbox, or you can send me the email, or you can join my online office hour. It's on every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And you can click the Zoom meeting link here. It is an open link, open Zoom meeting, so you can join anytime between 9 to 11 a.m. here. And if you need any support with the IB Tech technical support, is information here. IB Tech online learning support and disability support contacts. And for anything you need to escalate it, that is my supervisor. He has his name, his number, and email here. For this class, you are required to do with CompTIA Network Plus guide to the network. So you do not have to buy a physical book. You only need to access to the SendGate here. You have the digital book on the SendGate. And in order to access to the digital book, you have a multiple way to do that. You can go to the module. When you go to the module, you scroll it down, right? You have here, start here to access SendGate My Tab for the NETI 104, right? So when you click on this one, that is linked to the digital book here. And in the digital book, it break it down into the chapter. You break it down in chapter, and you should locate on which chapter here. So we see when on each chapter, when you expand it, you have to learn it here, and in learn it, you have to read it here, right? So that is about the textbook here. And for this class, in order to do with this class, you have to install the Cisco Packet Tracer and Wireshark here. Cisco Packet Tracer is a simulation tool to when work with the network here. So for this Cisco Packet Tracer, for this one, right? So in order to download and install Packet Tracer, you have to log into the Net Academy, and I believe that I was the Net Academy when I enroll all of you into the introduction to the Packet Tracer class, and you can find the information about the credential information in your IB Tech email, and you check your email and you find and you set it up the account to log into the Net Academy, right? So when you go to the Net Academy, here, right? So after you already log in your Net Academy, you can find you go to the resources here, right? And you go to the resources, you go to the Packet Tracer resources here. So when you click on the Packet Tracer resources, you go to the Packet Tracer download page, and you click on this one here, right? So when you scroll it down, we have the sum of the option, right? So it has the version for the Windows, it have a version for the Linux, Ubuntu, also have the version for the Mac OS here. So it depends on your computer, right? So if you are Windows and 64-bit, you can download the 64-bit version here. Right? So remember, you have to download and install the Packet Tracer in order to do with some of the assignment for this class here. All right, so that is the first software requirement. The second one is a Wireshark. Wireshark, it is a protocol analyzer, right? So you can go to the website here, and you can download. It's a depend on your computer again, right? If you have the Windows 64-bit, you can download this one, or you have the Mac OS 64-bit, you can download this one here. And that is the two software you are required to download and install in order to do with some of the assignment in this class here. You also have information about the course outline, You have the information about our course online, and also you have some information about the topology here. This one is online distance learning, and each week assignment summarized on the calendar, right? So in order to know what the assignment you are expected to do on this week, you have some way to do it, right? The first thing, you can check it on the calendar here. So when you click on the calendar, you check your class here. You can see you check your class is the summer 2022 introduction to the network, right? So we see you can see some of the due date. You see some of the due date for the assignment for this week here. That is the first way, right? That is the first way you can check for the assignment for this week. Or when you go to the home, here, and when you look on the right side here, you see that you have the coming up due date for the assignment you are expected to do on this week here. Now I come back to the syllabus, right? I come back to the syllabus again. This is online distance, right? This is online distance learning and learning activity you can find within the module area of the course. And so it is online learning, so it will take a great deal of the discipline, self-motivation, and I strongly recommend you that you have to reserve sufficient time in order to do this assignment here. Do not wait until the last minute, because you see that for each of the week here, you see when you go to the each of the week, when you go to the module here, for each of the week you have quite a lot of the assignment. So do not wait until the last minute. So reserve the time to do it in advance. Do not wait until the last minute here. So we see for each of the module, you break it down into two parts. You have the part 1 and the part number 2, and for each of the part you have many assignments here. That's why again I strongly recommend you that you have to reserve the time in order to do the assignment here. So you have the grade. Again, the grade here is every grade is grade in the Canvas, right? So we can check grade by your grade by click on the grade here. Remember that in order to check your progress, in order to what is it? No, the time here is 10:30 Eastern time. This class here is every time on this class the Eastern time here, right? So I don't know or what is your zone time, but anyway, I mentioned in the syllabus here. I mentioned in syllabus everything here is in the Eastern time here. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, so now we go with again go with the syllabus, right? So the grade is that grade. You have to check grade here. If you want to check your progress, you have to click on the grade here. And remember that some of the grade is a grade in the My tab, but it will synchronize to the Canvas. So in order to check progress, do not check in the My tab. You have to check it in the Canvas here, right? And for every assignment, you have the due date and the deadline, and you have some of the policy here. Every late assignment will be assigned a grade of 0, right? And for any reason, if you want to submit it late, you have to seek prior approval from me. Right? You have to send me the email before the deadline, not after that. Right? Otherwise, it will be grade with the 0 here. And also we have this information about the non-attendance drop here, and you have the 100% refund deadline. It is June 13, and again it is the Eastern time. Keep in mind that every time in this class is in the Eastern time. So for any reason you are not in the Eastern time, you have to adjust it by yourself here. And the last day to withdraw, it is July 15 here. And for this class, again, it is online class, so you are not required to go to campus here. Right? You do not go to campus. And you have the course communication, and you have some information about instructor commitment by policy. By policy, I have to respond for any inquiry from you within the 36 hours, including the weekends. But anyway, normally it doesn't take that long because I have quite a lot of time. So if you need any help from me, just send me the email, inbox me, or join my office hour. So you can expect that it very fast, not takes to the 36 hours here. So for any communication, any help you need from me, you can inbox. Again, you can send me the email. Here is my email information here, or you can join my office hour. Again, my office hour is a Thursday, every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and it is open Zoom meeting. So you do not have to schedule for that. You just join the Zoom link here. Okay, so you have some information about assignment and grading. For this class, you have some of the discussion. You have the 10%. You have the lab and the lab simulation, where you work with the virtual machine in the MyTab here. You have 30%. You have hands-on assignment. You have 30%. Chapter quizzes. You have 15. Final exam. You have the 15 here. So in total, we have 100 here. And how is the grade work, right? So you know that if you have from 90 to 100%, you have A, and so on here. So that is basically over about the cost policy here. Do you have any question? Any question? No. So I think that about the policy. Now I move to the second one. Second part here. The second part is that I explain to you that what you are expected to do with this card here. So for every week, right? For every week, the first thing you want to go to the airport. First thing before you work with assignment of the every week, you have to go to the module here. The module is everything covered in this class here, and it break it down when you scroll it down. When you scroll it down, this is the 8-week class, right? That's why you break it down in the 8 module here. So you see, you have the module 1, you have module 2, and so on. And for each module, you break it down in 2 parts, part 1 and part 2 here. Right? So think about you as the first week, right? So we are 40 weeks here. So first thing you go to module and you have to locate on the module 1 here. So first thing for each of the module, you have to go to the learning activity. So in the learning activity, you will find all of the reading and resources that you are expected to do before you're working with the assignment here, right? So for this one, you see, you have to read about the chapter 1, you watch a recording video, and you have some of the other activity here. So that's all of about the reading and the resources for the learning activity for the module 1 here, right? So when you've done everything with the reading and watching some of the video, now it's time you go to the assignment here. For the assignment, you have some types of assignments, but the first thing is that it's a discussion here, right? So remember, one thing you have to keep in mind is that for this class, for every discussion, you have the 2 due dates here. Right? For every discussion, you have 2 due dates. The initial report is due on Thursday, and you are supposed that you have to respond. You have to reply to at least 2 other students, and the response are due on the Sunday. So remember one thing that for every discussion, you have the 2 due date. Initial report is on Thursday, and the response is on Sunday here. So that is the first type of the assignment. The second one, you see, for every assignment, you see when you scroll it down for every assignment, you see you have the due date here. So this is the one assignment, right? And this is the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and so on here. And some of them, you see, some of them you have some of the optional material here, right? You have the optional here. So also if you want to read about the chapter. If you want to read about the chapter, again, you have the multiple way to do that, right? You can access it. You can access it. Start here to access the MyTab for NETI 104, right? Or you can go to the module, and you go to the module, and you have the read chapter here. That is read the chapter 1, and also you have this one here. What is it? This one. This chapter 2 is about yes, chapter 1 here. Where's the reading? Okay, so now the first thing about the discussion, right? Remember that discussion you have the 2 due date. Now, for other thing is that you have worked with the live virtual machine. So see, you have some of the live virtual machine here, live virtual machine. For any live virtual machine lab, it is linked to the MyTab. Right? So when you click on the link here, and it is linked to the MyTab here. And when you link the MyTab, it route to the merge virtual machine. And when you open it, you have instruction on the left, right? You start the assignment here. You start the assignment. So for this one, you see, you have the instruction on the left. Right? You have the instruction on the left here. You have next. Right? On the left, you find the instruction, and on the right, you see that is a virtual machine here. And in the middle, you have the pane to control about the computer, right? So you see for this one, the busy is turning on here. And in order to do with the virtual machine lab, in order to do with all of the live virtual machine lab, I strongly recommend you that you have to watch a video here. You have to watch some of the video here. You go to the course orientation with this one here, right? When you go back to this one, yeah, you go to the course orientation, right? So when you scroll down the course orientation, you have the sum of the instruction, and you have a sum of the video here. You see, you have the video overview of live virtual machine lab. You have video for exploring the live virtual machine lab interface, and you have video about the clipboard functionality and the lab completion. So I strongly recommend you that you watch all the 3 videos here before you work with the live virtual machine lab, right? It helps you how to navigate and what you expect to do with the live virtual machine lab here. All right, so that is about the live virtual machine lab, and also some for each of the chapter you have the quiz here. Quiz is a multiple choice answer here, right? So when you click on this one, also again it linked to the MyTab here. It linked to MyTab, and you are supposed to give some the answer for the question from here. Now, that is something about you mentioned about the discussion, right? Remember, discussion, you have to do that for the live virtual machine here. For the live virtual machine, it linked it to the MyTab virtual machine, right? And some other type of the assignment here, you see, some other type assignment, you can have the hands-on project, right? Hands-on project, or some the module, you have the capstone project also. Right? So in order to do with the hands-on project, right, or capstone project here, in order to do the hands-on project and capstone project, you have to know how to locate it to the correct one, right? So for this one, you see, you have the hands-on project 2.4 here, right? 2/4 here. That's why you have to locate it in the chapter 2, right? So we have the MyTab here. You go to the MyTab chapter 2, right? In the chapter 2, you go to the learn it here. When you click on learn it, you go to the read here. And when the reading, you click on this one here. You see, you have a list of the reading list you have to do on the chapter 2. And when you scroll it down, right? When you scroll it down, for this one, you see, you have to work on the hands-on project 2.4 here, right? So that's why you have to locate on the hands-on project here. And you have the hands-on project. You have the hands-on project. You have the hands-on project 2.4 install and use the Wireshark, right? So you have to allocate for the correct one. This one 2.1 here is not correct one, right? This one 2.2 is not correct one, and this one 2.3 is not correct one, right? And remember that for this one you have to locate on the 2.4 here. So in the 2.4, when you scroll it down, right? When you scroll it down, we have the 2.4 here. That is the correct one. That is the one you are expected to do with the hands-on project 2.4 here. You see, you have the hands-on project 2.4 here, and you have to follow the instruction in the correct project and follow the instruction and to do with your work here. And that is the way you locate for the hands-on project assignment. Now, some other things that you also sometimes you have capstone project, right? This is a capstone project. This one is capstone project 3.2 here. So again, you have to locate it on the chapter 3, right? So we have to locate it on the chapter 3. You close it here. You move over to chapter 3. You go to the learn it, and read chapter 3, right? And you click on this one, right? So you see, when you scroll it down, you have the capstone project here, right? When you click on this capstone project, for this one, you have to work with the 3 tool, right? So that's why you have to locate on the correct capstone project here. This one, right? This one. So yeah, that's all about the way you locate, and you are expected to do all of the assignment here. Now come back again with this class. This class again, you have to work on the Canvas here, and you have one more class you have to finish for this class. It is in the NET Academy. So in the NET Academy, I already sent the announcement here. For the NET Academy, I sent the announcement here. You have to verify your access to the NET Academy, right? And I will enroll all of you in the NET Academy class. So please check your IBTech email, right? Make sure you are able to access to the NET Academy, right? So when you log in, you can see the class is NETI 104 summer and 2022 here, right? So for this one, we see when you go to the NET Academy, when you go to the NET Academy here, and this is a class here. That is your class, right? You can see here. You can see the class here, Introduction to the Packet Chaser, NETI 104 summer 2022 here. Right? So for this class, for the NETI here, you are expected to do with in the chapter 2, in the module 2 here. So when you scroll it down in the module 2, see on the first part of the module 2, you have to do something about you have to install and use the Packet Chaser, right? And also for the introduction to the Packet Chaser quiz grade, you are supposed that you have to complete the Packet Chaser basic quiz after the chapter 4. So in order to do that, you have to read about the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and after reading all of the 4 chapters, you see you have the Packet Chaser. Sorry, you have this one here. You have the Packet Chaser basic quiz, and you are supposed to do with this one, right? So when you're done with this one, you take the capture of the screen and with your grade, and you paste it in the Word assignment, and you submit it in the module 2 here. Okay, so now see what else about this one. Okay, so remember again, for every discussion, you have the 2 due date here, right? And again, for this class, we have to make sure you are able to access to the NET Academy. So in order to access the Academy, you must have the account here to download and install the Packet Chaser, right? Because you need Packet Chaser in some of the assignment in this class here. And also, in order to submit the live virtual machine lab, I will have some of the assignment here. Make sure that you've done everything with the question here. So when you're done, you have to click on the submit report here. You have to click on the submit report and make sure that you got the confirmation after you submit here. And remember, pay attention for the due date for every assignment. It is 11:59 on every Sunday here. So, any question? Hello? Okay. So again, just remember that for every module, right? You have starting with a learning activity here. You have a learning activity for the module 1. You are supposed to do everything with the learning activity. You have to read the chapter, watch some of the recording video before you move on to the assignment here. And remember, this is an intense class that we see. For each week, you see you have a lot of assignment here. So again, strongly recommend you that you have to reserve your time in order to do with all of the assignment here. And again, if you need any help from me, you can inbox me, or you can send me email, or you can join my office hour, online office hour. That's the Zoom link here on every Thursday from 9 to 11 a.m. And good luck to all of you guys. And remember, for any question, do not hesitate to send me email or inbox me here. Okay, so if you don't have any question, and see you then. Bye-bye.